Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. To make this crop top you will need a weight 2 yarn, a 3.5mm hook and a 4mm hook. In this tutorial I make a size small. For all other sizes check out my blog crochetwithcarrie.com. So this is the yarn I used. It's a rainbow bamboo from Hobby. It's a weight 2 yarn. I used about 2.5 balls for a size small. So with your 3.5 hook, we're going to chain 21. Then we're going to single crochet into the second chain from the hook, and then single crochet into every chain to the end. At the end of the row, chain 1 and then turn your work. And then working into the back loop of every stitch, place 1 single crochet. And then you're going to repeat this row over and over again until the band is long enough to go around your underbust. When the band is long enough to go around your underbust, we're going to slip stitch the two ends together. So when the two ends are slip stitched together, we're going to turn the band the right side out so that the seam is in the inside. And then whatever number of rows you did for the band, you're going to half double crochet that same number all the way around the top of your band. So I did 120 rows of back loop single crochet. So now I'm going to do 120 half double crochet all the way around this top edge. So we're going to chain 1 and then half double crochet all the way around this top edge. So once you've made your half double crochets all the way around, we're going to slip stitch into that very first half double crochet. And then we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. Then we're going to half double crochet into that very first stitch, and then continue with half double crochet all the way around. At the end of the round, we're going to slip stitch into that first half double crochet, and then we're going to chain one, turn our work, and then repeat this row over and over again until the piece covers the majority of our bust. So once you're happy with the coverage of your top should look like this. So now we're going to mark the half the number of stitches we have. So I had 120 stitches, so I'm going to mark the 60th stitch, and then we're going to half that number, which for me is 30, and I'm going to mark that. That 30th stitch will be the middle of our top. So we're just going to be working on one side of the top, and then once we have that done, we're going to work on the other side. So continuing on from where we are now, we're going to chain one, yarn over, insert your hook into that same stitch, pull your yarn through, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull your yarn through. You should have 5 loops on your hook, so yarn over and pull through all 5. So now you've made a decrease. So next you're going to half double crochet into every stitch all the way across until you reach the second stitch from your stitch marker. So now we've reached the second stitch from our stitch marker, so we're going to decrease again. So yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull your yarn through, then remove your stitch marker, yarn over, insert your hook into that next stitch, pull your yarn through, then yarn over and pull through all loops. So now we're just going to be working on these stitches. Chain one and then turn your work. Now we're going to half double crochet into every stitch all the way across. At the end of this row, chain one and then turn your work. Next, we're going to half double crochet 2 together. So yarn over, insert your hook in that stitch, pull your yarn through, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull your yarn through, then yarn over and pull through all loops. Then we're going to half double crochet into every stitch all the way across until 2 stitches remain. When you have 2 stitches remaining, we're going to decrease again. So yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull your yarn through, yarn over, insert your hook into the last stitch, pull your yarn through, and then yarn over and pull through all loops. Then we're going to chain one and then turn your work. And now we're going to half double crochet into every stitch all the way across. So you're going to alternate between a row of decreases and a row with no decreases, and you're going to keep going until you have 3 stitches remaining. So your next row now is going to be your decrease row, and then the row after that is going to be a no decrease row. So keep going until you have 3 stitches left, and make sure not to fasten off. So when you have 3 stitches left, we're going to chain 1 and we're going to half double crochet into each of these 3 stitches. Then chain 1, turn your work, half double crochet into each of these 3 stitches, and you're going to keep repeating this row until your strap measures about 7 inches long. When your strap measures 7 inches long, we're going to fasten off, and then we're going to start working on the other side. So we're going to attach your yarn in the center, and we're going to work in the same way we did the first side. So here I have fastened off, I've left a bit of a tail. So next we're going to attach our yarn into the next stitch, so right there, and then we're going to work this side just the same way as the other side. So insert your hook into the next stitch, and then just grab your yarn, pull that through, and then just make a knot. Then insert your hook, pull that yarn through, and then chain 1. So next we're going to half double crochet 2 together. So yarn over, insert your hook into that same stitch, pull your yarn through, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull your yarn through. You should have 5 loops on your hook, and then yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. Then we're going to half double crochet into every stitch all the way across until we reach the second stitch from our stitch marker. So here I've reached the second stitch from our stitch marker. So we're going to decrease again, so half double crochet 2 together. Then chain 1, turn your work, and then you're going to half double crochet into every stitch all the way across. So just like the other side, we're going to alternate between a row of decreases and a row with no decreases, and we're going to keep going until we have 3 stitches left. Once you have 3 stitches left, we're going to work 3 half double crochet for the strap, and we're going to keep doing 3 half double crochets until it's the same length as the first strap. So now the front of your top should look like this. Once you've made your second strap, make sure to fasten off. Just leave a bit of a tail like you did with the first strap. So now we're going to start working on the back of our top. So just flip it over. And we're going to attach our yarn to the very edge, just right there. And we're going to half double crochet all the way across. So we're going to attach our yarn to the next available stitch. So just right there. Then insert your hook, pull your yarn through and then chain 1. Now we're going to decrease, so we're going to yarn over, insert your hook into that same stitch, pull your yarn through, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull your yarn through, you should have 5 loops on your hook, and then yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. Then we're going to half double crochet into every stitch all the way across until 2 stitches remain. So here I have 2 stitches remaining, so we're going to decrease again. So yarn over, insert your hook into that next stitch, pull your yarn through, yarn over, insert your hook into the last stitch, pull your yarn through, and then yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. Then chain 1, turn your work, then you're going to half double crochet into every stitch all the way across. For the next row, chain 1, turn your work, then we're going to half double crochet 2 together, yarn over, insert your hook into that very first stitch, pull your yarn through, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull your yarn through, then yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. Then half double crochet into every stitch all the way across until 2 stitches remain. When you reach your last 2 stitches, we're going to half double crochet 2 together. So yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull your yarn through, yarn over, insert your hook into the last stitch, pull your yarn through, and then yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. Then chain 1, turn your work, and then you're going to half double crochet into every stitch all the way across. So you're going to alternate between a row of decreases and a row with no decreases until this entire back measures the same length as just right there, right before you start your straps. So keep going until the back measures the same length as the top, just right there. So now the back measures the same length as the front. I stopped just right before I started the straps. Just make sure not to fasten off. You see the back is the same length just right there, just right before I started my straps. So now turn your top around so the back is facing you, and we're going to start the straps on the back. So continuing where you are now, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to half double crochet into the next 3 stitches. Then chain 1, turn your work, and then half double crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. And you're going to repeat this row, working 3 half double crochet until this strap measures the same length as the front strap. Once you have the same length, we're going to fasten off. So when this back strap is the same length as your front straps, we're going to fasten off, and then we're going to start working on the other strap. So on the other side, you're going to count 3 stitches in and then attach your yarn to that 3rd stitch. Then insert your hook, pull your yarn through and chain 1. Then half double crochet into that same stitch, and then half double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. So altogether you have 3 half double crochet. And then at the end we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and then half double crochet into each of the next 3 half double crochet, and we're going to keep going with rows of half double crochet until this strap is the same length as the other straps. Once you get the same length, we're going to fasten off. So now your top should look like this. So all you've left to do is just sew the straps together. Just use the tail end and a yarn needle and just stitch the 2 straps together, and then do the same on the other side. And your top is now finished. If you liked this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Don't forget the free written pattern is on my blog, crochetwithcarrie.com. So until next time, take care.